once the opportunity arose for him to close the show, he did it in emphatic style.
Whatever he hits falls.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. We're in Manchester. Welcome to Manchester.
What are you doing, mate?
Welcome to Manchester.
What is that? There was no accent. I mean, yeah, but there was no accent. Like
No.
what?
Welcome to Manchester.
Welcome to Manchester.
How
So
are
what are you
you?
doing? I'm really good, mate. I'm really good.
International, aren't you?
Yeah, mate.
Get
I'm
to
everywhere, aren't I? You know,
everywhere,
I'm here,
aren't you?
there, everywhere.
Right.
I've got to be really careful. Go on. What was you going to say?
Why you got to be careful?
Well, because
Lawsuits.
no context Hearn.
Oh, you said it. That's the
Because-
first question.
Now everything that I
Give
say,
him
I'm
something.
thinking
Give no
I
context,
don't have to
Hearn.
give no context.
I know.
It just happens.
Yeah. Does no context Hearn make you a little bit horny? Be honest.
Yeah, it does. I think it's hilarious. But people are going to me, Ed, you're all over my feed, like all day. So, don't know, it's good, isn't it?
Didn't really ask permission to use any of the footage.
Off you. It's not my footage.
But
I don't care.
I'm giving you permission to use whatever you want,
Okay,
whenever you want
okay.
now
I
on
think it's
camera.
hilarious.
It is hilarious.
Some of them are so cringe, though.
Yeah, because we don't actually remember what
No, and they're
led you
taking,
into
obviously,
saying
you
that.
don't get the context, because obviously it's no context
Yeah.
that they're using it, so it's all part of
The best
all
one
part of
is
the jokes.
donkeys, anal beads.
Religion. What
Yeah,
else is
standard. What's been happening?
Was in where was it? New York last week for Devin Haney. Great card, great performance, and then flew to LA for the KSI Logan Paul press conference, which was absolutely bonkers. And
The event you used to slag off and now promote, that one, yeah?
that one, yeah. And just blew. I mean, another world, mate. Another world. Just looking at the numbers, and it's just frightening. It shows you what a bubble we live in. Because you get like, some people say, yeah. I say, yeah, 8 million people watch the press conference. Probably more than that now. Probably 10 million. Yeah, but there's 10 million Muppets, aren't they? It's like, it's an audience. I don't care what you think of them. It's an audience. Yeah, but they're all mugs, aren't they? You know what I mean?
Do you know what this really highlights, though?
What?
This highlights to me, more so than ever, that you will pretty much slag anything that you're not involved in.
Not true.
Oh, God. Come
Not true.
on.
No.
If you're not involved in it,
I'll give you my honest opinion at the time.
at the time,
I do have an ability to change my mind
as we've
for a
seen.
considerable amount of money. Yes, no.
All right, let me talk about the talking points from the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But starting with Tyson Fury, really.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was quite an astonishing performance considering what
Lucky,
happened early on in
yeah.
the fight with obviously his cut. But what, have you seen it?
No. I was flying back from LA. So I landed and I put it on Twitter. And obviously I was like, wow. Very lucky to not have his first L. Not because he lost the fight, but that cut would have been stopped probably anywhere else in the world, and he would have lost the fight. So I just think that it's another example maybe of a fighter that's not motivated, not saying not motivated, but I don't think he really wants to fight Otto Wallin. You know, it's good, it's making his money, it's supposed to be an easy fight, but I just think it was a below par performance because he wasn't. I think when Tyson's at his best, is when it's almost like, yeah, it's like he's that, you know, like rather than just Otto Wallin and then he ends up getting a bit sloppy. And I haven't seen it, but yeah, I mean, a horrific cut. I don't know how long he's out for. I guess until next March, April, something like that. I don't know.
Which obviously puts that potential wild rematch
yeah, and again that
in doubt for
affects the
February.
WBC position with Whyte and all kinds of different things. So, but again, you know, it might be a good thing for Deontay because if he ever announces his fight with Luis Ortiz, which sounds like November 23rd, he ain't gonna be ready for February either anyway. So who knows?
To your knowledge, why hasn't that been formally announced yet?
Well, he formally announced it back in May.
No, but formally announced is when you have a date and a
Well, he
venue.
formally announced it. I mean, but
It's happening though, isn't it?
I don't know. Off the top of my head, fans' opinion,
Yeah.
struggling to get the money together.
Just your opinion.
Yeah, I know what they've got to pay Deontay, I know they've got to pay Luis Ortiz. How do you do it without doing your absolute conkers?
Who's going to say that? Okay. Okay, so you didn't really watch it, so you can't really...
Honestly, I saw some of the
yeah.
clips. I mean, you know, it sounded like old Bobby Boy got out of jail, you know, put on a shitty fight. Someone underperformed, someone got unlucky with a cut and ended up being a decent fight. That's what I've read into it.
What is the crack?
The crack?
What is the crack with you and Bob Arum?
Nothing really.
Because
Bob,
the other day, I had you in a clip together.
He's a little bit... Listen, Bob is double slippery, right? He's a little bit... two-faced the wrong word, because he's not like... But you see it in London, do you know what I mean? And then next thing, does an interview. I mean, Umar don't help, because he's like... Oh, Bob, have you heard what Eddie said about you yesterday? Right? So
yeah,
the main problem with Bob is the funny fags are driving him loopy. So he's just all over the place. And these old school promoters, they're quite funny. This is how an old school promoter works, right? Like these bitter old guys. Yeah, well, Hearn, like I could do impersonations of someone, right? So we'll do Frank, but I won't get too personal on the impersonations of Frank, but I'll just say, Hearn, he's fucking this and he's done that and he's done that and he's done that and then Bob Arum, Eddie don't know shit about boxing and his fighters and TYSON. It's a joke. It's a joke. Oh, I'm going to make Lomachenko an offer to fight Devin Haney, as is his mandatory. Right, well, we're going to sue him. If he keeps talking about my fighters, I'm going to sue him. They got no game. They've got no banter. They've got nothing at all. You can't pipe up and slag another man off and let me come back in and just, you know, have a little go. And then say, oh, I'm going to sue him for torturous interference. What, making you an offer for my guy who's mandatory against your guy? These guys, they're crazy. They're crazy. They're so, like, during the week, their face goes redder and redder and redder as the blood pressure boils and boils and boils. Just relax. Just relax and play the game. You got Warren... You got Bob.
What about Leonard Ellerbe? Did you make some more comments about
Leonard Ellerbe? Listen, let me put Leonard Ellerbe's relevance into context, right? I've got more followers on my parody account, no context Hearn, than Leonard Ellerbe's got in total. He's on there all day. Hearn this, Hearn that, like a tweet, Hearn this, blah, blah, blah. Mate, have a day off, do some work, polish your shoes, because you know he's got those crocodile shoes, he likes to be nice and shiny. Relax, mate. What's the matter with you, Leonard? So, irrelevant, boring, old, yesterday's news, out the way, excuse me, we're coming in.
All right, let's just have a little recap from Friday night then, in New York. Yeah, great performance from Devin Haney. Special talent.
Unbelievable talent. I mean, again, I live in the land of hype. That's my job. So you hype these guys up and you hope that they can actually deliver what you hype and you sell. With Devin, and everybody tells me what we believe is this guy is the new superstar of boxing in America. Steps up to fight Abdullayev, who people are telling me this guy's very good, you know, we've seen him in the wild card, he's been here, he can really fight, it's going to be a tough night's work, and he absolutely demolishes, breaks his nose, breaks his orbital bone, and just looks stunning. Then, of course, you're going to get people saying, well, Abdullayev weren't that good, and don't get me wrong, there's tougher tests to come. But right now, at 20 years old, at 24-0, do you know a better talent in American boxing, maybe in world boxing? And he's not a prospect anymore. You can't say he's a great prospect. He's 24-0. He's WBC World Interim Champion. He's mandatory challenger to Lomachenko. So he's no prospect. He's a legit world star. To work with him is incredible. Work ethic. He understands the promotion. He understands the strategy. You know, he gives you, although we're working with him and his dad and, you know, Devin Haney Promotions, he gives you the keys to go out and drive the vehicle, which gives you a great feeling as well. And there's a great feeling right now with this movement, the Devin Haney movement, and we're going to hopefully fly him over to the UK next week. get him in front of the UK media as well, and he'll looks like be out on the KSI Logan Paul card, which again, he gets it. He's so excited about it. He sees that opportunity. And yeah, it was a brilliant performance.
Amanda Serrano.
Yeah.
Can you kind of answer that and then relate it into, obviously, November the 2nd with Katie Taylor, obviously?
Yeah, I can. I mean, I thought Amanda Serrano was brilliant. Her and Heather Hardy, both class acts, like credits to the sport. Amanda Serrano is signed to fight Katie Taylor, and Katie Taylor is, of course, bang up for that fight. November the 2nd, Katie Taylor will move up to light welterweight to try and become a 2-weight world champion against Christine Lenardatu of Greece, the champion. All being well, we've got a lot of things to deal with. We've got the Delphine Persoon rematch, which must happen early next year as well. We've got the Amanda Serrano fight, which must happen as well. So right now it's about November the 2nd, but Taylor Serrano is, I mean, it's up there, maybe the biggest super fight in boxing. 7-weight world champion, you know, against undisputed lightweight champion, hopefully WBO 140-pound champion as well. And yeah, fantastic.
November 2nd. Buatsi.
Yes.
Krolla. Yafai.
Gamal Yafai.
Yeah.
Cash v. Cullen.
Yeah.
Kez Ashfaq. Maybe Martin Bacoli as well. Super card. I mean, obviously Katie Taylor now, global star. Anthony Krolla will be having his last fight at the arena. An arena which is
with
just,
some
I mean,
brilliant
you know,
nights, yeah.
You lost count of the unbelievable nights Krolla's had here.
Terry Matthews giving you a little message.
Yeah. Joshua Buatsi, massive step up against Blake Caparello. Very good fighter from Australia, tough as nails, southpaw, only lost at the top level, and on a really good run right now. It's a great fight for Joshua Buatsi to show his mettle. Felix Cash against Jack Cullen, which, you know, it's the full fight on the card, should really be chief support. Commonwealth middleweight title, Felix Cash, who I think is a brilliant young fighter, against little lever meat cleaver Jack Cullen, who was brilliant against John Harding Jr. You've got these crazy fans. Manchester Arena, November 2nd, is going to be absolutely lit. It's going to be a brilliant night on Sky Sports, the Zone.
Same night as Canelo and Kovalev as well.
Yeah.
But you obviously won't be out there because you've got no actual involvement in the show.
Well, you know, you just say I have, you know.
You're going to slag that?
No.
You're going to slag it?
Must have some way, don't know.
I'm surprised.
This is where I'll be in Manchester, November 2nd.
Your favourite ever fighter? Your favourite current fighter, sorry.
Katie Taylor.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to
Devin
that.
Haney's up there as well, isn't he?
Yeah?
It's like Joshua Buatsi as well. In fact, Adam Smith made a point. 3 of probably the nicest people in boxing on this card. JB, Krolla and Katie Taylor. Go along with that?
Yeah.
Well, you don't like them?
No, I do. I'm just saying they're not... Krolla,
You don't particularly like them?
No, I do like them. I like all of them. There's one of them actually I don't like.
No?
What one is it?
What are those 3? Oh, that's interesting. Can we use that as the IFL
That's a joke.
title? Because you use everything else as clickbait.
Don't accuse me of clickbait.
Umar's the worst.
Umar's not here today. Edward, let's have a little run through what's going on. So, October 4th, obviously, you've got the MTK tournament.
Of course.
Which
we've
kicks
actually,
off.
so this Thursday, we've got a brilliant show out in Florence on Sky Sports. It's just a cheeky little Thursday for you. You know, you get home from work. Thursday's a good day because you've got through to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You've got to Thursday, you see the weekend, and you say to yourself, Thursday, what shall I do? Go out tonight, have a few beers, save it for the weekend. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the boxing on. What have we got? Oh, bloody hell, Hearn's got a little show in Florence. Fantastic. Any good tear-ups? Any good tear-ups? How about Theo Diligilio, whatever his name is? Excuse me. Number 4 in the world, top 10 in the world with everybody else, against Sam Eggington. Eggington? What, the Eggington that every time he fights is in an absolute all-out war? What, Eggington who lost to Liam Smith and you thought his career might be over, but if he goes and wins on Italian soil, he might become a legitimate world title contender and turn his career around? Yeah, that's the guy, Sam Eggington. Then you've got Luther Clay on there as well, against Morello, another big opportunity. You know what I'm liking about these Italian shows, though? We're sending the guys who maybe not be getting the opportunities in the UK, and all of a sudden they can burst into the world scene and get a win on away soil. Jordan Gill also on that card as well. So that's Thursday night. This weekend, nothing. Next Saturday, no show next week for Matchroom, worldwide. Crazy. It's about like the only free
Sky have
weekend.
Spence and Porter.
Sky have Errol Spence against Porter.
Yep.
I didn't want to make you feel lonely. And Adam Smith said, let's get Spence Porter. I said, go on, Adsy, my old son. Let's
Well,
make
you give
sure
him the
we got-"
go-ahead, or did he ask your permission?
He just started, don't ask my permission, just ask my opinion. Which I said, it's a brilliant fight. If you can get it, grab it. Got it. Just every week, boxing on
Are you
Sky Sports.
promoting that as well?
Pretty much,
Yeah,
yeah.
of course.
Yeah. October the 4th, MTK, Featherweights, Golden Tournament. October the 12th, Usyk against Spong. You're going?
I'm there.
Good man. Dimitri Bivol will be on that card as well. Anthony Sims Jr., Jessica McCaskill, maybe TJ Dehenny as well, actually, on that card. That's October the 12th. October the 19th. Barmy Army, Barmy Army. Newcastle is going to be absolutely rocking. How many tickets we done so far? 8,000. Right.
No context has got a fucking month's worth of supplies here.
So, that's a lie. We're about 7,700. Mate, it is going to be, so obviously Robbie Davis Jr. against Lewis Ritson, Fitz against the Big Cheese for the British title as well, Savannah Marshall in a big fight, Secchi against Summers, eliminator for the light heavyweight title, Joe Laws, John Doherty.
Can we talk about why Dave Allen's not on the bill?
Yeah, so Dave Allen. So after the Price fight, he had his rest and he come back and said, look, I really want to box in Newcastle. I just want an easy fight. I just want to get a win. I just love boxing and I want to get back to winning ways, blah, blah, blah. I sort of didn't think much to it and he sort of pushed it. So I said, okay, Dave, we'll get you an easy fight on that card. And then obviously he's thought about it. He's probably come down a little bit from the Price fight and said, do you know what? My head's not in it. I'm not training properly. I shouldn't be fighting. He's actually made, in my opinion, a mature decision. You know, a sensible decision. Rather than just going through with it. Like, look at the Bracamonte fight. And I've got, 80 fighters. So I can't be living in these people's pockets every single day. So I don't know whether Dave Allen's training. And after the Bracamonte fight, when he sits ringside and says, well, I haven't even trained for this fight, and his nose is like that, and his ear's out here, and he's cut, I'm like, so at least this time he's recognised that and said, no. So let him have his rest, let him freshen up his mind, let him realise what he wants in his life, and then give him the space to make his own decision. So Dave Allen will not be boxing in Newcastle.
Do you think Dave Allen will fight again this year?
I don't think he should, in my opinion. But, you know, sometimes when you're struggling to sort of find yourself, but find maybe happiness, you revert to things that you think might make you happy. Do you know what I mean? Where maybe they're actually the things that are making you sad. You know? Like living in a social media bubble like Dave does, sometimes I don't think it's particularly good for you. Because it's not really the real world. Does that make sense? So Dave, where he's trying to interact with his fans all day, like his life is living on social media, isn't it? His Instagram story, his Instagram live, he answers everybody, you know? So sometimes you've got to put that phone down and you've got to say, do you know what, I need to be on my own and I need to think to myself and I need to think about my life and what I want out of my life and where I'm going. Everyone's different, that's my opinion. But so what Dave needs right now is good people around him who genuinely care about him. He needs to stop listening to negativity. He needs to stop listening to people that he don't know or people that don't really care about him, you know? And just relax. You know, you've gone from having sort of not really knowing where you're going in this world to at least being financially secure. You've got your house paid for. So those worries are out of your life. But just because you've got your house paid for, just because you've got money, don't mean you're happy. You know, he might say, well, I wish I didn't have a house. I was happier when I had nothing. But at least that stress and that worry is taken out of your life. So find out what makes you happy. Think, stay calm, live every day by day. What have I got to do? I've got to get up, I've got to go to the gym, I've got to go and see him, I've got to, he trains that young fighter as well. Let that passion drive you. That's what makes Dave Allen happy, is seeing the guys that he trains and work with train and enjoy himself and be dedicated and box. So do things in life that make you happy. Whenever you're struggling, think about what makes you happy, stay calm and live every day as it goes. But most importantly, just keep breathing, because that's all you got to do. The only things you have to do is love your family and keep breathing. That's it. Everything else don't matter. You know, you have a good day, you have a bad day, someone calls you a prick, you do a good show, bad show. Irrelevant, fucking irrelevant. Love your family, keep breathing. That's it. That's all you got to do. So keep it simple. Let Dave have his time, and let him realise what makes him happy.
Go along with that. I'll give you a bit one of them for
Thanks,
that.
bud. Yeah, cheers.
Let's backtrack because you've missed the show out, by the way. 5th of
I haven't
October.
finished yet.
5th of October, go back.
Yeah, we've got Gennady Golovkin against Derevenchenko, October 5th. You got Usyk Spong on in Chicago. Spong, Chicago. We went through the undercard as well. You got October the 19th, which we've done.
Yeah, bad blood.
And then you got October the 26th. Oh, let's just hold on. No, I'm not having this. I'm
What,
not
mate?
having
What?
this.
What's
No,
you
no,
alright?
no, no,
What's
no,
wrong?
no, no,
Do we stop filming?
no. Listen.
Stop filming.
Are you even? What are you even doing? Standing up. Why are you standing up?
What, mate? I don't get it.
Why
Are we
aren't you
doing
on your knees paying homage to the schedule?
You're a dick. I swear to God.
Why
Alright.
aren't you going to me, Hearn, you may be a little bit chubby, you may be a little bit of a tosspot, but my God, do you put on a show? Let's just run it back. October 4th, MTK Golden Tournament. October 5th, Golovkin against Derevenchenko from the Garden. October the 12th, Usyk against Spong. Actually, you know what? We'll spin it back again. October the 11th from Trento. Right? Little Italian show. Reece Bellotti on the card there, challenging for a title. Tommy McCarthy against Fabio Turchi. Another Italian job, is it? Is it? We don't know. October the 12th, Usyk against Spong. Say it right, did I?
Yeah.
Bivol. All the other boys on the card as well. McCaskill, women's world title. October the 19th, Robbie Davis Jr. against Lewis Ritson. Bad blood. Little bit of bad blood in the northeast. Liverpool v Newcastle. What? With a big cheese against Fitz on the undercard? You ain't putting that on, are you, Hearn? Oh, I am. October the 26th. October the 26th. Progress against Taylor. Unification for the Ali Trophy in the Ring Magazine belt. With the big heavyweight clash, Chisora against Parker. Well, you might as well sling in an all-British classic, Burns against Selby. Oh, why not? I will if you want. Oh, and what about a Coley against Hart and Garby for the European title? Oh, go on then. That's October. Why the fuck are you still standing?
November
Okay.
2nd.
November the 2nd, we're here.
Manchester, obviously.
Banging. November the 9th, it's the big one. KSI Logan Paul from the Staples.
When are you going to announce Billy Joe Saunders' opponent?
Tomorrow or... Yeah, this week. 100% this week. Possibly.
What's the other options?
Rosado. What's that about?
Right,
What was that
you
about?
little mug.
What?
Right, I'll pull you up on this.
Go on.
When I was interviewing you and Billy Joe and I said
Yeah.
Rosado, you absolutely crucified me for mentioning Rosado. You went, mate, he's just come off a loss, mate. Like, what do you know about boxing? Like, and I
But I
went,
took your
I'm
advice.
telling you what, Rosado's been mentioned. You went, nah, ain't.
Well, maybe I was just trying to, like, you know what I mean?
You're a
Trick
slag, mate. You're a slag. Done me up then.
Why
Go
not,
on,
but-
anyway,
why not,
Rosado.
but, you've got the number 2 is the Australian. Rohan Murdoch, he's number 2. There's a couple of others in the top 15. Top 15 is quite thin, to be honest. So,
November 9th. November 16th, 15th, 16th. Do you have anything on?
I believe it's the MTK tournament date,
that not
maybe,
the
or
week after?
22nd, that is, yeah.
That's the Friday before.
Yeah,
the
and 23rd, just save your diary right now, could be Liverpool.
Smith against Ryder.
Quite possibly.
David Price on the bill.
Quite possibly.
Who else?
November 30th is Monaco.
Yep. Who's going to be on that bill?
Possible Charlie Edwards against Martinez rematch. Possible Povetkin. Possible other heavyweight that we're signing. December the 7th, we've got a small show that weekend. Yeah, that's the biggest fight in boxing, Joshua Ruiz in Saudi Arabia. December 14th is a US show, and December 13th is the MTK Golden Tournament final quarterfinals. That, my friend, will be every weekend from now until...
Are you going past that weekend?
Do you know what? I'll probably just stick one on the 21st as well. Like if I haven't give you enough value.
Do it on Christmas Day, really.
I might do. I might just turn up with my sex, walk in and go, there you go, boxing fans, and that's your year.
Oh, Jesus. Edward.
Yes.
Dylan Whyte. I know I always like to just, if you can give us some snippets of what's been going on.
Not really, other than I met him, when I meet him, I met him on the progress thing, and I said, how you getting on? And he said, our lawyers are pushing with UCAD to get a date for the, whatever it's going to be, to hopefully come out and give you all the info and clear his name.
But he's not going to fight this year, is he?
He'd like to. I'd like him to.
Where would you slip him?
Saudi Arabia. Don't know. I mean, I'd like him to fight this year, you know. But obviously, mentally, it's a tough time for him. And I do feel like we've got to push for that because, you know, he's allowed to fight. But I think that needs to be out of his head when he fights. It's a dangerous sport. And I don't think he should be going into a fight. You know, last time was hard enough for him. So,
did you watch him on Celebrity MasterChef?
Haven't seen it yet, no. But
yeah.
I did put it on my planner.
Watch it when you get in. Any more fights kind of brewing for the December 7th card?
Yeah, I like Scott Quigg against John O'Carroll.
That's been talked about before as well.
Yes, I think so, yeah. So yeah. That Povetkin Hunter is one that we might look at.
Yeah.
Price Hunter, another one I quite like. Yeah. Vargas against Liam Smith. Or he might just fight his brother Liam. Yeah.
Have you spoke to Emir Khan?
I have actually, yeah. I spoke to him and I spoke to his lawyer yesterday.
And?
We're going to meet next week for a chat.
Is he going to fight this year?
Yes, he wants to as well.
Where are you going to stick him? No.
Not sure, mate.
But you're not in contract with Khan, are you?
No.
So just want to work together to...
He's just come on and said he wants to talk about his next fight.
Have you spoke to him about... You're going to speak to him about Kell Brook?
Yes, I want to make that fight next February, March. I think both of them want to fight in December.
Did they?
Not each other.
Each other?
Yeah, no, just fight.
Could you put them on the same show?
Could do. Got any money for that?
What's that?
Got any money for that?
Kid Galahad.
Yes. He's got a final eliminator
yes.
against Claudio Moreira to fight Josh Warrington again.
Okay.
And that's got a purse bid next week.
Are you going in with the purse bid?
Yeah, it's not the biggest of fights, but I'd like to do the fight. For sure, to be fair.
Okay.
Do you want to let me do some of these other interviews? Cause
no, just hold on a second, because I had a couple more.
I've got no juice left for them.
You've done, yeah? What's the possibility of Haney and Lomachenko? What do you think?
Well, it's mandatory. I'd love to
But do you think realistically it'll happen?
Bob's already said we will not let Lomachenko fight Haney.
One more. You met up with Gerald Miller again?
Well, I was actually sitting at ringside and he said, I got a text from him saying, you're still an ugly fucker. And I looked over and he was over there and then he came into the press conference. So it's hard not to like Gerald Miller. He's a very likeable guy. For the first time, I actually heard him say in an interview, I fucked up, I listened to the wrong people, I made a mistake. That goes a long way to, like, you have to firstly accept your mistakes before you mend them. It's like a classic example of that, right? Of someone who, when they make such a catastrophic error. Why are you looking at me weird? No, but I'm serious.
Yeah.
Someone who makes a catastrophic error, commits, what some might say is a major crime. A good example is your barber, right? I mean, you must have had when he went like that at the back with the mirror. You've gone. That's a direct liberty.
Can I say one thing?
You have to.
Can I say one thing? When you're receding as bad as you are, and you have been for a long time.
Has that touched the nerve?
I have the option to have my hair however I want to have
I'm
it.
40. I'm crafty combing.
I'm 38, mate.
But you've got a Mohican.
Yeah. It's not a Mohican.
But what I'd like to say is, I'm glad you took it well anyway. So back to the real story is Gerald Miller. He's at least said now, I fucked up. I made a mistake. and I want to try and put it right.
Fucked up, carried on.
And I want to try and put it right.
Yeah.
But not, oh, the system's against me, oh, this, that, blah, 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 you know? So, but what are you putting right? What is it? You just out for 4 months and then you just go on and carry on again?
Will you work with him again?
I don't... listen, if I was Jarrell Miller, do you know what I would do? I would go off, I would do my own thing. I would go off and I would have a fight, right? And I would just get on with my business quietly and then I would, you know, come back on scene. He's going to get a big fight. Like AJ against Miller is a massive fight. AJ wants that fight. But right now, you can't even think about making that fight, in my opinion. Yeah, there's got to be a ban. There's got to be, you know, do you know what I mean?
Does Tyson Fury give you random phone calls still? Because there's a lot of talk about the phone calls of him and Joshua and Dylan Whyte, he said the other day.
No, he called me, I want to say like 7 or 8 weeks ago. I was laying in bed.
Does he phone you and give it to you like he does all the others? Like
Not really, no, he phones me and like, we talk sometimes, but he phoned me, I was in bed, it was 11:45 at night, and I heard my phone, look on it, he's under Fury. Fury, FaceTime. I'm like, fucking laying in bed, boom. Fury, FaceTime. I'm like, Fury, text, pick up the phone. So I go downstairs, I'm like, mate, what's up? We're up there, my boy! What are you doing with all these heavyweight dossers? You need fucking the King Fury in the camp. Hey, what are you doing? I'm like, mate, can I call you tomorrow? Yeah, I'm in London. We'll meet up, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, yeah, wait! And that was it, so yeah.
I like that. Get up, you dosser.
Get up there, my boy.
Eddie, thank you very much for your time as always. Look forward to the press conference with some other media people that want to talk to
maybe
you.
I'll give them some time now. Cheers, people.
Cheers, Ed.
Once the opportunity arose for him to close the show, and he did it in emphatic style.
Whatever he hits falls.